First.
Good evening, colleagues. We are now live. My name is Mokezi Benedict Tegere. I'm the Entrepreneurship Week champion, the chairman of GEN, the Global Entrepreneurship Network, Mr. Jeff Hoffman. Jeff Hoffman, in Botswana, we would like to welcome you and give you a brief opportunity to introduce yourselves and tell us.
Thank you very much for having me. I wish I was in Botswana with you, but I will come visit another time. So I am a longtime tech entrepreneur. I went to university to get an engineering degree in software, but I have been an entrepreneur for a long time, building companies, started with nothing, and built companies on my own to solve problems. I've been part of some companies in spaces like travel and hospitality, like company booking.com, you know it by. Another company was ubid.com. Today, I spend my time serving as the chairman of the Global Entrepreneurship Network. We are the hosts of Global Entrepreneurship Week right now, and we are so happy, Muketsi, that you guys are hosting this event right now. So in that role, I work to help mentor entrepreneurs all over the world on how to start companies and how to grow them. I think you might be frozen now. I don't hear anything and your image looks frozen. Can you hear me okay? Well, all right. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but until I hear Muketsi again, I will keep talking. There you are. Can you hear me okay, Muketsi?
I can hear you. Yeah, I think everything is fine. My colleagues will just fix technical glitches. So, I mean, thank you for that introduction. You mentioned a very interesting of called booking.com. I mean, that's a famous company in Africa for anybody that's taken. And I think it speaks to our theme today about a tech venture. I mean, we are seeing in places from Botswana to Kenya, to South Africa, to Nigeria, to Ghana, an interest for young Africans to build these type of businesses called tech. What is the process if you take us through that? I mean, for one person sitting in Botswana, you actually know how to build a company.
Sure. So the first part of everything is education. To build a tech venture, you and your team have to have the right tech skills. So everything starts with developing that skill set. And the good news is it doesn't matter whether you in the United States, in London, or in Botswana. Nobody can stop you from using your brain to learn. And learning for me, I didn't come, like I said, I came from a situation with a single mother where we didn't have money or things that we needed, but I knew that I could use my own mind to learn skills so that I could go find ways to take care of myself. So that's the first part, is education and building skills. And what's nice is, even though I did get a chance to go to university to learn how to write code, to learn coding and software engineering, the truth is today you could teach yourself online. Even if you didn't have a school to go to, you could go online, and there are many courses where you could teach yourself the tech part of it. Whether it's you're trying to learn design or you're trying to learn to write code. So that's step one, is develop the tech skills you need to launch a tech venture. And remember, it doesn't matter where you live or who you are or what color you are or what gender you are. Anybody can go online and take these courses and develop tech skills. So it's when I learned the skills of writing code that then I actually had skills that I could launch a tech venture. So that's step one. The second step in doing that is you have to identify the problem you're going to solve. When you want to launch a tech venture, right, the beauty of technology is that we can use technology to find a better way to do things than the way they're being done today. But that means that to launch a tech venture, you need to find the problem that you are going to solve, something that you are going to make better. I will use a different example I will use the booking.com example. In a company like that, there were many hotels that have empty rooms, and the hotel wants to sell those rooms. But every hotel, they're not experts in the internet. They're not experts in tech. They're in hospitality. They run a hotel. But the way to sell hotel rooms, of course, is to list the hotel on the internet and somewhere that people could find your hotel, look at pictures of it, and make bookings. But the hotels didn't have that. So they had empty rooms. So the problem we were solving was we said, travelers want to find a hotel in the city they're going to, but they want to see the hotel before they get there. So they don't want to get to a city and be surprised that the hotel is not what they thought it was. Hotels have the other side of the problem. Hotels have empty rooms they need to sell. So our tech venture, what we said was, why don't we build the website where hotels can display pictures of their hotel and they can list their rooms and the prices, and travelers can go to the same website, look at the hotels, look at the prices, and make a booking. So that is how a tech venture like booking.com gets created, because a group of people with the technical skills to build that kind of site and write the code and do the graphic design, that team of people said, let's fix this problem. So that is the second part, Muketsi, of building a tech startup, is you have to pick a problem that you can fix with technology.
Maybe I'm going to take you one step backwards.
Okay.
Right? Being need, or the need for a skill. We know, for example, when we study Silicon Valley, it's successful because they stand for there's MIT. And you mentioned that you had to be pre-exposed to that skill of coding. What are the core skills that you feel right now universities in Africa should teach, or if not universities, where does the African talent find the resource to learn, to get the skill, to move on to problem solving? And maybe before you ask, So I was gonna say also, like, in like Botswana, where the country is rich, there's diamonds everywhere. I mean, it's not because Africa is a really wealthy, rich country. Where you advise those who are trying to bring in tech, these new ideas, to sort of start influencing that new thought process to build internet companies or technology-based companies, as you give.
Sure. So you asked a couple things in there. Let's first talk about that thought process part of it. And again, it has to all focus on the benefit. People don't want to spend money and invest in new areas if they don't understand why it's better. What is the benefit of doing that? So a lot of times, the first step is research to understand the problem that you are trying to solve, and how it is that you can make it better. A lot of times, people are convinced to invest in technology solutions, and tech ventures in the education because somebody has explained to them, this is how something works in our country now, and this is how we can make it better. You have to show people why it will be better, and who cares that it's better. So that's the first part, is we could get more people to invest and become involved in tech ventures and in the education that we need if we explain to them why it's better for our country, what they get out of it. So focus on the benefits. And honestly, if you can't present a reason yourself why something is much better, then you should work on something else. Sometimes I see people launching tech ventures and they're fixing a problem that no one was complaining about. So people aren't going to invest their time or money in helping you with a tech venture if you're fixing a problem they don't care about. So that's the answer to the first part of your question, is what is the benefit of the problem you're solving? Why does it matter for you to do this? How does it make Botswana, Namibia, wherever you are, how is it making things better there? So you need to study what they call the business case, right? How does this really help? And the business model. Are you launching a venture that if it saves money or makes money, you need to be able to explain that to get people interested in supporting you. I also want to answer the second part of your question. Actually, it was the first part of your question about the kind of education we need, because I want to be clear that, and this is part of why here at Gen we sponsor Global Entrepreneurship Week, is because being an entrepreneur requires an ecosystem. And what an ecosystem means is it means being surrounded by all the things you need to be successful. And so the things you need to be successful are not just one set of skills. In fact, as I mentioned, I did learn how to write code, but then I could not launch my tech venture. My very first tech venture, Muketsi, was actually, I was building kiosks in many airports around the world. When you go into the airport, there is a kiosk you use where you can check in and get a boarding card by yourself on a kiosk. That was my first company, building those. But the only thing I knew how to do was write code for the software. Now, let me tell you the list of all the other skills I did not have that I needed to learn. The first thing I needed, by the way, was hardware and electrical engineering skills. I needed to build a kiosk, and I don't know how to create one. Then, not only did I need, so I had the software skills, I could write the code, but I did not have the electrical engineering, electronics, and hardware skills. Then I discovered that even if I built the product, I needed to do marketing and sales, right? So I realized that somebody needed to be taught how to create marketing programs, marketing packages. That's another whole set of skills we need to teach, whether it's in Africa or anywhere in the world, with sales skills, marketing skills. Then I discovered that even if I had those skills, I didn't have finance skills. I don't know how to do financial management and how to balance the books or pay the bills or manage money. So that was another whole set of skills I needed. And then I'm still not done. And there was another one. Really two. There was customer service skills. If you launch a tech venture and you have a product or you have a service and people start using it, people are going to call you. And they're going to call you when they have a question or they have a problem. And customer service is another set of skills that none of us had. So we had to do that. And then the last one, in our case, set of skills that you need to launch a tech venture to be successful is you need the people skills, the human resources skills, as they call it. I did not know how to hire people. I did not know if I hired people, how to pay them. I did not know how to manage them, right? How do I motivate people?